And a card for sun, moon, and rising, but more to represent how this energy is coming in, okay? So, depending on whether you are sun, moon, or rising, you will feel this differently, but it does interplay with each other. So, to get right in, now this could be in a couple partnership, or this could be single but dating. This love yourself first, okay? And this energy comes through rising, but again, it can play into sun and moon. Very strong for Sagittarius rising. Basically, what this is saying is love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. What's followed by that card is the first chakra, caring connection, the Queen of Pentacles, and then the Lovers. So, some of you need to sharpen your boundaries. You need to stand up for yourself, because there's somebody who does really love you. This is especially if you are a Sagittarius male, since we do have the Queen of Coins here. You need to not give in and kind of stand up for yourself. And if you're a Sagittarius female, more if you're single, there might be somebody you're super interested in, but this is Spirit saying, don't jump the gun, don't have intimate sexual relations with this person too soon, because with your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. This is basically saying that no matter your situation, how it's playing out, you need to stand your ground and be very solid in it with that first chakra coming out. Archangel Michael, that's a lot of power. You have a lot of power, and you need to utilize that and stand your ground. If you don't want to do something, don't. If you don't want to spend money on something, don't. If you you might be wanting to have sexual relations with somebody, but I feel as though you really need to hold off on that, because if you hold off, it makes you more attractive. This is telling you holding back, pulling back, really thinking about yourself is what is going to draw more attention to you, opposed to you being there for somebody else, or being easy to, like, there might be somebody you're dealing with where they're not super available for you, but when they call or ask, you're available to them. Like, that's being too easily available to them. You need to pull back and not be as accessible to a love interest. Or even if you're in a partnership, this might be where you need to kind of pull back a little in the partnership, because since this is your energy, I don't feel as though the Sagittarius I'm reading for is the one taking for granted or being the wishy-washy party in this situation. I feel Sagittarius is emotionally involved and is the one that is being more available and putting themselves out there a whole lot more, and you're not really getting the result that you want. So this is Spirit saying, pull back, don't give so much. Make that other person work for this connection too. It's not just a one-way street. And I get it, when you really like somebody, you want to pursue them and show off and show all the reasons why you're a great catch, but it's like that's just already known about you, and you don't need to put that out there at all. If somebody is really interested in you, they're going to come to you to explore all of that amazing energy that just surrounds you, okay? And if you are a female, I'm saying don't give it up. You know, don't, with your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. And then these two cards showing up, if you are a female Sagittarius, don't get, and I love it, look, in this card right here, here's the Sagittarius symbol. Even though this is the Queen of Pentacles, there's a Sagittarius symbol right there. I love spirit. Anyways, Sagittarius female, make a motherfucker work for it. Even if there is a lot of competition and, you know, you feel like the person that you're interested in can have whoever they want, you are pretty amazing on your own, and you need to know that, and you don't need to chase. Let them come to you, and don't pull them forth through any sort of sexual manipulation or like seduction. With this, with you guys showing us the Queen of Pentacles, this is saying you need to be more solid and practical in your approach to love and romance, whether you are single or partnered up, okay? Be very grounded in who you are. And think of long term. Don't be caught up in the moment, even if you feel really hot for each other, okay? And up to this point, it seems like it's been a caring connection, you know, if you haven't had sex yet. Still, allow a proper amount of time to pass, because in the advice here, we have spent some quality time together and get to know each other, and the only thing that is real is love. So this is, again, like backing up this card, saying that you really need to get to know somebody before you become intimate. It will benefit you. It's like if you give it up too soon, the relationship will fizzle out, okay? Or if you continue to be too available to somebody, they're just going to always walk all over you. But with this coming out, you have the power to kind of pull back and place those boundaries to where you're like, no, you're not going to take advantage of me. Yes, I love you. Yes, I have a lot of feelings for you, but you're not going to take advantage of me. And also, you might be, if this is like a brand new relationship or somebody you've just started dating, you might be like, yeah, I'm really into you. I feel a lot of passion for you, a lot of chemistry, but no, I'm not going to hop in bed with you, especially if it's like, you know, this is covering the last 2 weeks of February. So, you know, with Valentine's Day, you may have met somebody new, okay, those singles out there, and you're really feeling them, but you haven't gone, you know, you haven't had sexual relations. And honestly, I feel this is saying, wait, you know, if this is brand new or somebody you're about to meet, don't just get to really know them first. Spend a lot of time with them first, because honestly, that is how a true bond is created. Think about it. The best relationships that you'll ever experience typically start out where you really get to know each other first. It's not just, oh, I'm hot for you, let's hop in bed, because physical passion and chemistry can fade as quickly as it came. But when you have a real connection and a rapport and a bond going with somebody, and they know you and you know them, you guys kind of start creating your own little quirks within the relationship. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you guys make up code words, things like that. You need to be fun and all of that. And, you know, even if you're a Sagittarius male, don't be quick to hop in bed with anybody. Really get to know them first, because I get the sense that if you are a single Sagittarius male, when you get down and dirty with a female, they tend to get very attached to you quickly. So you need if you're not really feeling somebody and you know they're really feeling you, even though you might have a lot of chemistry, physical chemistry towards them, don't. It will be more trouble than it's worth later on. Trust me on that, okay? Now, what's interesting here is under the You Deserve Love card, we have community. Thinking Man, Seven of Cups, and then the reverse Knight of Swords. And then the community card is number 7, and then we have this 7. So, again, this could be if you're single or coupled up, especially if you are a male. I feel that you might be a little insecure about yourself, but there is somebody or a couple somebodies that you are really fantasizing about, or you might have a few offers that you're really fantasizing about. But for whatever reason, it's like you can't, for some, you may be in a relationship, okay? Because I have the thinking man and the thinking woman, and then the caring connection. But then we have the Queen of Pentacles with the lovers, but with this showing as just the 7 of Cups. If you are a coupled up Sagittarius, and there's somebody else or a couple of somebody else's on your mind, you're really fantasizing about them, but I don't see you communicating that or expressing that or trying to move forward on that. And if you are in a relationship with somebody that you do care about, but you find that you are fantasizing about these other individuals, with this being the main energy, you deserve love, you are lovable, Spirit is telling you that the only reason why you are feeling attracted to these other people and entertaining all these fantasies in your head is because there's some insecurity inside of you that you need to work on, and recognize that, you know, what is good about you, because I don't think you know. And I do get the sense that some of you are in happy relationships where this is kind of playing out all in your mind, where you're really fantasizing and thinking about other people and you might not understand. And even with that, it may cause tension with your partner, where you might snap at them or be short with them because you have all this other stuff on your mind about other people. But I don't feel this particular Sagittarius I'm reading for is doing anything about it. Like, you're not pursuing it, any of these things you're fantasizing about, even if these other individuals are kind of crushing on you back and trying to offer you something back. I don't see you accepting it. It's just like, in a sense, you question, why is it that I am fantasizing about anybody else? Like, what's going on? But at the same time, you're not really focused on your partner. Even if you love them, you're not focused on working on that either. You're just kind of in this unhappy state where you might be quite defensive and not as nice verbally as you know, should be or could be, okay? But again, I go back to the same message. It's this whole fantasy thing playing out is not because you're with the wrong person. It's because there is something inside of you that is out of balance that you need to work on, and it has everything to do with your self-esteem and you loving yourself and you believing in yourself, okay? Now, others that are coupled up in this scenario, I do get the sense that you are just very unhappy in your relationship in general, and that's why you entertain any other sort of thought. Because with the two cards coming out as the thinking man and thinking woman, more than like man holding heart and woman holding heart, it's this, even though it's a caring connection and there may be passion there, it's not as emotional based as maybe you would like, or maybe your partner would like more emotional attachment for you. But whatever the reason, if you are unhappy and you're having these fantasies, I feel like you just don't have the strength to let it go, get out of it for whatever reason. Okay, and with new love here, if it's just like that you're feeling kind of bored, because some of you are, or you think that you're bored because you're finding yourself very attracted to somebody else, it's, again, it's not about that. It's not about what you think it's about. And you really, with thinking man and thinking woman coming out here, whether you are a man or a woman, you really need to think about why you feel unhappy if you feel unhappy, or why you're fantasizing about other people, or why you might feel yourself super attracted to somebody else and therefore now you feel bored in your current partnership. Because with this new love, some of you, I really believe, want to leave out of your relationship and be with this person. Like, you have a lot of emotion for this other individual, but again, something prevents you from leaving your relationship. But as long as it's not abusive and it's just like this discomfort where you feel kind of bored or stagnant, I really feel if you shift your perspective about what's going on and why, you and your current partner can create a new love. Because what sits below new love is the door to romance. Okay? It's just, you've got to change the routine in the partnership. And you've got to recognize that, even though you might be feeling bored right now, you need to be more practical and logical about it, about thinking about that, than relying on any sort of passion and chemistry that you feel within. Because honestly, Sagittarius, if you are coupled with somebody and you do love them and you're just having a hard time right now, or you're just feeling bored, I don't feel as though it is in your best interest to end the relationship or even cheat on your partner. Okay? If you're feeling a lack of support from your current partner, which with reverse strength, I could see that, and along with the Hierophant here, this might be why you are thinking about somebody else, or you've created a bond with somebody else. It will serve you better to express this, and not in a negative way, okay? Do not express your emotions to your partner in a negative way, because it's not going to help you, and it's not going to create, what you're looking for. If you express yourself to your partner coming from a true place of sincerity, where you're not attacking them and telling them everything that's wrong with them and why you're unhappy and all of this, but more from a space of, hey, you and I kind of lost something along the way, and I know you feel it too. And we need to talk about this as adults, because something's happened to our love, and maybe you don't want it to go and you want to work on it, or maybe you do want to let it go. Either way, you need to come from that very soft, tender place and not being mean and nasty. And if they start getting mean and nasty with you, you need to just kind of walk away from it, because that is not the energy you want to work with. That is not the energy that is going to help you out, okay? Now, for others of you who are single or just met somebody, I do definitely 100% feel a new relationship in these cards, okay? Because we have new love and door to romance. But again, the way this couple comes out is the thinking man and the thinking woman. So this is like more of an intellectual connection than an emotional connection at this point. But there is a connection, because it's followed by a caring connection. So with new love up there, this relationship does have potential, but believe in yourself, okay? Don't show off too much, because this card is the representation of the Leo energy. And Leos are a lot like Sagittarius, they are the center of attention, the life of the party, but the energy of Sagittarius being the center of attention is of a different vibe. It's more as though people just flock to Sagittarius just naturally, just because of your vibe. And with Leo being the center of attention, I feel it's more as though Leo wants that attention. They manifest it for themselves. They call it to themselves because they want it. But whereas Sag, it's just natural. It's just something that happens, okay? So with this coming out reversed, you might feel as though you're especially if there's other people that you feel you're in competition with or whatever, you might be feeling insecure, like you're not enough. But the truth is you are. Okay, this is another fire card. This is Aries. Now, with Aries, Aries is going to be the center of attention no matter what, okay? And it's not... I feel Aries is often misunderstood. They are just an exceptionally fast vibrating energy. They are fresh, brand new energy. And so it's just, they are the center of attention. They just cannot help it. So you are noticed and you are enough, and do not be insecure whatsoever, okay? But again, have respect for yourself. Don't give too much. Even if you're really feeling this person, or you've been single for a while and this is the first real connection that you've made, take your time. Don't rush in, because especially with her, she's telling you, be practical, be stable, be grounded, even though you're feeling all of this. But even though at that, with this here, you guys have a wonderful potential, okay? And if you've just like fallen in love with somebody, my God, I feel as though this last 2 weeks of February is so beautiful and fun for you. There may be a little argument or snit that you guys have about, something, a third party, or you're out at a party or out somewhere. There may be some sort of little argument or disagreement that you have, but don't be stubborn, okay? Don't be stubborn. This relationship is something special and worth exploring. It's worth holding on to, even if it's kind of brand new and you had this minor disagreement. Let it go. You guys have a lot of potential here, okay? So the advice that I have specifically for Sagittarius Sun is spend some quality time together. It is important that we spend quality time with those we are in a significant relationship with, listening and talking to each other. So again, this is for those of you who are in a relationship, but you might just be feeling as though things are going well, not working out. Well, this is saying maybe if you spend more time with that person and you put more energy into the relationship and you see them in a different light, and not get hung up on negativity and flaw, but choose to focus on why you love them or why you got with them in the first place, and spend quality time with them in that energy and watch what happens, okay? So, for others of you, this goes back to not giving it up too soon, okay? Really get to know them. This is going to create a very special bond. Not giving it up is going to create a very special bond and a deep-rooted physical attraction that you otherwise would not achieve, okay? So spend time together. Make out if you have to, but the more you hold back, that it builds that chemistry and tension. And you know what? If somebody's just trying to get into your pants, they're not going to deal with all of that. But if you're dealing with another grown being, then you both are going to find the deliciousness in the waiting and letting the seed ripen before you guys, go all the way. So that's for that. Now, second advice card we have here, which is more pertinent to the Sagittarius moon, is get to know each other. Learning to meet another's need for love is important for a relationship to grow. So this is pretty much the same advice as, spend quality time together. It's, if you're in a relationship that you're trying to think about leaving just because you've met other people or you find yourself attracted to other people, you might want to take a second look at the one you already have and get to know them better. Like, what are their needs? Are you meeting their needs? Because maybe if you were more giving and more accommodating to their needs, then that will shift their energy towards you, and a lot will change, because it says learning to meet another's need for love is important for a relationship to grow. It's, if you feel stagnant, it's you know, you've really got to think about the other person you're with. And now here, if you have just met somebody, again, this is talking about how it's important that you understand their needs, but just as equally important that they understand your needs, and really getting to know each other before you do the dirty and go all the way. That is going to solidify your bond, and this is just another reiteration of that, okay? Now, advice card number 3, which is especially strong for Sagittarius rising, is the only thing that is real, or the only thing that is real is love. Shift your focus from the problem back to love. Oh, Sagittarius. Okay, again, if you're in this relationship, it's all about your perception and where you're placing your energy and your focus. If you're thinking about a bunch of other people, well, that's where you're feeding all your energy. So, of course, your relationship is going to feel empty and go to shit. It's all about where you are focusing your attention and your love. And, you know, with your partner, if they're not just a shitty person, instead of looking at their flaw or all the problems you feel that the two of you face, shift your attention and energy back to the fact that you love them and all the reasons why you love them. And that's going to change things for you, okay? Now, if you are single and, you know, have just met somebody, stay focused on love. Don't get insecure. Don't feel like you're not good enough. None of that, okay? I recognize now I did not really touch on any Sagittarius that has been single, and there's nothing happening whatsoever. What I get for you is the love energy is right there on the horizon, okay? There's a way to a new love, door to romance, thinking man, thinking woman, caring connection. There is somebody that you guys are perfectly aligned with each other to come together in this caring connection. But for you or that other person, there may need some insecurities and emotional baggage that needs to be let go of before this can come in and solidify, okay? It's like you've got to get really solid and grounded in yourself to have this love that you have manifested. I see it coming in, like, it's there. But you've got to be solid and grounded in yourself before this could come in, because the kind of love you manifested is not a love that has emotional baggage and insecurity, dishonesty, any of that attached to it. No, no, no. That's not what I see in these cards. Okay, this is a very positive reading for Sagittarius. So if you don't have anybody at all, really work on letting all insecurity go and doing whatever it takes, because you have manifested something that's coming in and it's very solid. And you want to be ready for it. It's not going to come until you are. That's just how the universe works. So that's what I have for you, Sagittarius, for the second half of February 2017 in regards to love and romance. I hope that helped you out and offered some guidance. And I hope that you...